Hi guys, good evening and welcome back to our weekly Rajiv's Mortgage Coffee Talk show. So as you know that every week on Fridays 7:30 to 8:30 we are doing this show, and during this show we always discuss the market update as well as a topic related to the mortgage, and we go deep into that, and we try to provide you the information that you're looking for, or a popular product which is in demand today is HELOC. So as part of the program, after the market update, we're gonna discuss the HELOC options available in the Canadian marketplace. HELOC, which is a very popular product when the interest rates are high, when the people need the funds they want to use for different purposes. We will discuss and dissect more in detail. What are the options with the A lenders, with the B lenders, or is there any option for HELOC with the private lenders as well? So let's talk about today regarding the little bit about the market update today. As you know that next week, April 10th, which is the Bank of Canada is again providing the interest rate update. So everybody is talking about that. Everybody is asking about that. What's going to happen? So if we are focusing on what's going to happen, there are two things are going to happen. If we have a coin to flip, if it's a head, we can think the interest rate will go up. If it's the tail, it will remain same. Basically, there is no chance of going down or reducing the interest rate um, on this April 10th. So only two options. So the best option is going to be the interest rate is going to be stay as is, and where is at the 5% rate. There are different things that are happening right now which the Bank of Canada will look into. One of the things today happened is the labor market report, and the unemployment rate has gone up, which is a good signal for Bank of Canada, but not, I will say, for general public. But Bank of Canada, this is a good signal because that was their mandate, um, as well as, so if the job rate is going high, that will also help them to decide the interest rate later on. But labor market report is not the only report when the Bank of Canada will decide what's going to happen with the interest rate. So always watch these. The Bank of Canada is watching many other aspects till they will decide what's going to happen. So I don't believe in predictions. You know that I've many times I have said that I don't believe in predictions because everybody has their own opinion. Basically, the most important opinion is from Bank of Canada. So Bank of Canada, let me open the chat as well as if somebody want to um, send a message, they can definitely chat with us while we are live right now. So Bank of Canada's opinion is the most important opinion anybody can trust or anybody can watch, basically what's going to happen. And always they also do the press conference, and the headline is always giving some misleading things, and we need to see what they are saying in the press conference, what they are, what wording they are using basically. So they will give some indication. So our uh, feeling is that the interest rate will come down eventually this year, and looks like there it's going to happen after June. If not in June, July definitely looks like, if everything is fine. Still we are using this word, if everything is fine and nothing happened um, during that period of time. If the oil is okay and there is no supply chain issue happened in the world, because the world is very uh, volatile right now. We don't know what's going to happen where, and that is going to affect a Bank of Canada decision as well as. So and we hope that everything is okay, and Bank of Canada will start slashing the rate or reducing the rate or lowering the rate, whatever you feel comfortable hearing that from June, but maybe from July. So let's hope this will happen, and this will give some relief to the people who are having a variable mortgage or the loans which are tied with the variable with the prime rate. So those are the people who will be impacted by that decision, whether the rates are coming down or rates are going up or rates are going as is. But it's very much sure that on April 10th, the interest rate will stay as is at 5% rate as we are looking. There's another very important question we always hear from the our clients, from our known or people, that is this the right time to buy the home? This is a very common question, and the answer is also very, very common. Yes, every time, whenever you decide, is the right time to buy. But it depends. Depends how? Yes, obviously, nowadays the economy is tight, interest rates are higher, and we still think that is this the right time to buy? If you're asking me as a mortgage broker, yes, but if you have done your homework. So, what kind of homework? Homework means that if you have already um, consulted with any licensed or experienced mortgage broker or agent, and you know how much you qualify, how much purchase price you qualify, how much you can afford, how much will be my payment, can I afford this? If you know all this, always there is a right time to buy. Now, in this, especially in this environment when the interest rates are high, but you can also get a good deal, because you can find a good home with less price right now, lower price, which can help you to mitigate that higher interest rate. But how? For example, if you buy a home today, and for example, if you're taking a short-term mortgage for 2 year or 3 year, interest rate might be high right now. Whatever the extra payment you are gonna go pay in 2 or 3 years, but the gain after 3 year, if everything goes smoothly, it's very obvious that the reports are coming. Everybody is saying that the home prices will or eventually will shoot up once the Bank of Canada will start lowering the interest rate. It means that even if you have paid high interest or extra payment for the next 2 years, the gain you're gonna get, the leverage you're gonna get if you're buying today, the leverage you're gonna get after 2 year or 3 year will be much more than what you will end up paying extra interest rate. So, but this will happen, or this will happen only if you have calculated your budget, if you have calculated your affordability, if you have calculated how much your purchase price will be. So, a well educated decision will help you to navigate this time, and still you can buy. So, answer is yes, you can buy if you have already consulted with a mortgage professional about your finances, because putting an offer is very, very easy, but getting financing is Yes, a little bit tough right now because of the high interest rate, and on top of that, there is a stress test as well as. So make sure that uh, if you are deciding to buy today, you should know your numbers. Your numbers mean that you should know your financing numbers, that your payment, are you going to afford today? Are you going to afford not only today, are you going to afford for the next 2 year while the interest rates are still high? If the answer is yes, yes, this is your time to buy. So the time is always right, as long as you're taking the right decision, you're taking the educated, calculated decision about buying your dream home, whether you're buying your first home or you're buying as a rental property or investment property. So investment properties are having a little bit challenge nowadays. You need to do a lot of analysis about the your cash flow. Is that your rental property is leaving a cash flow, or you're putting extra payment from out of your pocket? If you are doing that and you're anticipating that the market will improve, or the value will go higher, or the rent will go higher, and later on you can have a cash flow, you're right. But if you're okay and understand that for the next 1 or 2 year, if you need to pay from your pocket, um, and you're okay, you can manage that, you have the extra cash available, and you will not be in a vulnerable situation, the decision for the rental property is still okay. Because the reason, you will get the property now at a discounted price, I will say that. Because if we are anticipating that the the real estate prices will go higher after 1 or 2 year, and if you're going into the market today, still you will be in a better position. But again, the financial situation for everybody is unique, and also not the same. If you have seen that your friend has already purchased a property, or they're buying investment properties, they have done their due diligence. Your due diligence can be different than their circumstances can be different than yours. So make sure that you can give me a call, sit with me, because we provide unbiased free consultation, or also we provide the second opinion, unbiased free consultation for second opinion if you have already got the mortgage offer. Because this is the biggest investment of your life, and you're paying the interest out of your pocket. If you have a approval already, have a second opinion. Maybe we will be able to um, lower the interest rate, or maybe we will be able to guide you for a suitable, more suitable mortgage product. Or if you have already a suitable product, mortgage, we will let you know. So our advice is always unbiased regardless of your situation. So feel free, my number is always on the screen, and also you can get in the description of the video as well as. So let's so this was the obvious one common question when we um, talk to the people, or when we are sitting anywhere in a party. Always this they ask, is this the right time? So hopefully you have got the answer for this question. And still, if you are concerned, or if you have a specific question, you can still even during the live show, you can send me a question. You can chat on this program is live right now on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube as well. As wherever you're watching this show right now, you can send me a message live. I can answer your questions as well as. Yes. So now the topic is, as I mentioned, what are the HELOC options available in Canada? So let's see. let's dive into what's the HELOC. Basically, HELOC means. So HELOC means that it's a home equity line of credit. So there are two things. One is a HELOC. There is another one, equity, home equity loan. So these two things are the same but different nature. Basically, both are um, secured by the your home or the equity. So home equity line is called a re-advanceable kind of the product, means that you can borrow again and again against the limit you have approved for the home equity line of credit, and you can only go up to 65% of the uh, appraised value of your home if you're looking for a home equity line of credit. But with the combined, basically, if you're looking, or if you got a combo product means that most major A lenders, they provide both mortgage as well as a line of credit. Their name can be different. Some are saying HELOC, some are saying home line, some are saying step product. Name is different, but basically the product is same. It's a home equity line of credit. So both together, they can go up to 80% of the uh, value of your appraised value of your home. On the other hand, if I'm looking at home equity loan, which is called a second mortgage, and you will receive the full money upfront whether you need it today or not. So that is a loan, basically home equity loan. That's not a readvanceable, because you will get the full amount upfront, and that is called a second mortgage or a private mortgage. The other thing is, the home equity line of credit is basically a variable mortgage. It's based on the prime rate. The lender will give you either discount on the prime, or they will add any premium on top of that. Usually the home equity line was used to be sometime based on prime right now is 7.2, and if you're getting a prime plus half, it means that the your rate at today's rate is 7.2 plus zero point 0.5, which is 7.7%. So if you're getting a HELOC for prime plus 1, it's going to be 8.2. But mostly the lender can offer at prime or prime plus 1 on the A lending side. On the other side, the home equity loan, which is a second mortgage, as I explained before, that can be variable or fixed both. But the home equity line is always variable, because that is based on a prime rate. Prime rate is always changing with whenever the Bank of Canada decide their interest rate policy, whether to increase or to decrease, and accordingly your interest rate on the HELOC will go up or down. So but the HELOC, can I, the question is, can I borrow again and again? Yes, HELOC, if you have a set limit, for example, your HELOC limit is 300,000. If you have borrowed 100,000 for basement renovation, and next year you need another for buying a boat or a car or something else, yes, you can again borrow, because your limit is 300,000. You can borrow as long as you are using your full limit, and you can also pay back at any time, and you will not pay the interest on that portion, because you will pay the interest only on the portion you are using as a home equity loan. So that's why this is called re-advanceable loan, and which is based on your appraised value of the home. There is a two ways to get a HELOC from the A lending. As I explained, you can get it as a combo product as well as with the same bank. But if you're having a mortgage with the one bank and if you want to go to the another bank for the HELOC, definitely you can do that, but only you can go up to 65% of the appraised value. So it means that if your mortgage total, you can go up to 80% home equity line, HELOC plus your mortgage. If you are going 65% loan to value of your appraised value, then your mortgage portion is going to be 15%. So any combination cannot be more than 80% of your appraised value. So please keep in mind. So it's much better sometime to go with the same institution and have a combo product. They can give you the, but the question is, if you have recently qualified a mortgage for only the mortgage portion, and later on, if there is equity and you go for the home equity line to increase the limit, but only this will happen if you have a sufficient income. So we will discuss this. What are the criteria for approval of the home equity line? So let's discuss how they will qualify home equity line. So home equity line is also qualified similar to the mortgage. Basically, they need to prove their high income, good credit, and also they need the mortgage statement and the property tax statement. And also they will reconsider again if you have any kind of debts, as well as when they qualify uh, home equity line of credit. It's a little bit tough right now due to the high interest rate and the stress test to qualify, but still, if you have the income, if you have a good credit, and if you have a good equity, I believe you should get a HELOC on a side. The reason is that if you have access to the money, and this HELOC is still better than having access to credit card or having access to the personal loan. Still is a low interest than these two options. So another advantage also, whenever you need money, and if you have already set up the HELOC, you can have the access to money without any qualification or without re-qualifying yourself. You can use the funds at any time for any use. You don't have to tell anybody, you don't have to prove anybody for what purpose you need the funds. For example, if you need the money for any family emergency and if you have the limit set for HELOC, yes, you can. If you want to use that for your kids education, yes, you can. If you want to get the renovation for your basement, you can. So basically, if you want to buy another property and you want to use your HELOC, yes, you can, those funds. But still, the lender will take it into consideration, the debt, mm, to service the debt if you're using any portion of the home equity line of credit. But you need to be use very cautiously, because this is an open product. If you're not able to pay, the lender can come and forfeit your house as well, as similar to the mortgage. So make sure that you are paying the mortgage on sorry, on the HELOC portion if you're using it on time. And this is always a callable loan. The lender has the right to call back this line of credit at any time. So make sure you're responsibly using the HELOC. Basically, pay their minimum payment on time, and the lender will not have any issue for keeping the line of credit for you to use. So this is these are the options basically available on the A side. But many non-bank lenders like monoline lenders also offer HELOC products. So they are also offering the combo product just like the major banks are offering. So there are many options available on the A lending when your income is good, your credit is good, and your repayment history is good. Yes, you should set up the HELOC if you have the enough equity in advance when you're working, or I will say before the retirement. There's a very popular question always, comes up: should I set up the HELOC before retirement or after retirement? I will say that you should set up the HELOC before retirement because income is there, credit is good, and once you have set up this HELOC, it is it will help you in retirement because at that time you might not be able to qualify because income is gone, and that but it will help you in retirement for many different ways. Even it will help you to supplement your income when you're retired, and many other expenses you can cover up or you can use from the HELOC, if HELOC limit, if you if you're when you're retired. So it's a best advice is always set up whatever the maximum limit you are allowed or qualified before your retirement. So make sure that if anybody is listening who are about to retire, or if they know someone they are going to retire, make sure if they have enough equity in their home, they should consider setting up a limit according to your appraised value of your home in advance. So this was these are the options on the A side, but we are gonna take a short break. But you can send me any message through any platform wherever you're watching, so that I can answer your questions as well as in the meantime. So after the breaks, we are going to discuss the HELOC options on the B lenders or alternative side, and also is there any option for HELOC on the private side. So let's take a short break, and I will be back very, very soon.
Problem.
Big problem.
I really needed.
A good mortgage broker.
And I kept searching.
And searching.
There are so many choices.
It's really hard to find one that has all the things on my list.
But I finally did it.
Yes. Thank you.
If you were looking for one as well,
Look no further.
Here's a really good one.
Just use mine.
Use mine.
I'm very satisfied.
Definitely recommend.
Problem gone.
thank you.
You sick and tired of hearing the words, "you're declined"? Would you give anything to hear just once, "you're approved"? The fact is, you don't have to give anything. Your comprehensive solution is here. Our professional team of experienced and dedicated mortgage loan officers will unleash the secrets that no one wants to tell you on how to get the best rates in the business and increase your chances of hearing, "yes, you're approved." What sets us apart is that we truly care, taking you through all the options out there and making recommendations to change your so-called destiny. We travel to your business or home to chat about what you can do to get approved in order to stand by our word and make it happen for you. Don't just sit around and accept your fate of not getting approved for a loan. Get in touch with the pros today and finally turn your dreams into lasting reality.
Hi guys, welcome back once again to Rajiv's Mortgage Coffee Talk show. As in the first half, we have discussed the market update for the mortgage industry, as well as we were discussing the HELOC. Today, the topic is the HELOC, Home Equity Line of Credit. So, what are the options available for the HELOC if you're looking, or if you're looking to set up the your HELOC limit or line secured line of credit limit. So as I explained on the A side, but let's discuss, is there any option on the B side or alternative side? The reason we are discussing today is for self employed people, they are always facing a lot of issues or difficulty getting the line of credit. The reason is that because the self-employed people, they always they're making money, they're making a lot of money, but when it comes to revenue Canada, they declare a very small money because their accountants are always filing the tax very creatively because they deduct lot of expenses and the declared income is always less, but it's impossible for them to qualify for HELOC based on the income part on the A lending with the major banks or with the A lendings. But is there any option for the self-employed people when the income is the issue or credit is the issue? Mainly the income is the yes. There are options available on the B lending side. There are certain B lenders who are offering the self-employed people or any other qualified people who income qualified but less income. When the income is a little bit less, the ratios are high. But on the B side, yes, certain B lenders they offer home equity line on a second position or on a first position as well as uh, for both owner occupied and rental properties. So the B lenders they go on the home equity, sorry, on the owner occupied or the principal residence up to 80% of the appraised value. If you have a rental property, they can go 75%, but if the file is strong, your profile is okay, they can go after 80% as well as on the rental properties. So what they're looking is they're looking their gross income if you're self-employed, and also on the B lending they can consider many other income which is a non-traditional income which the A lenders they don't consider or look into, but they can qualify you based on that. For example, it's a child benefit is coming, if there's a seasonal income, if there is a cash uh, cash component of the some of the businesses where there's a cash component, but if they're depositing back into their business account, still that can be considered. For example, Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, taxi drivers, IT professionals who are having a huge gross income but very low declared income, still they can get the HELOC at a second position or first position from the B lender. So the B lender they don't look at your notice of assessment, means the income you declared with the Canada Revenue Agency, that can be ignored basically when they qualify you. So yes, you are eligible to get the home equity line in case you are ineligible on the A side due to income or credit issue. If your credit is a little bit bad or a little bit lower or bruised credit, the B lender still can look into to give you the home equity line on a second position. Usually, the B lender, if you don't want to break your first mortgage, which is at a low rate at currently with any bank or major lender, the B lender will place or give you a second position HELOC. Usually, second position HELOC on the B lending, they will give you prime plus 3, which is not a bad rate. It's a very good rate and it's a lower, much, much lower than the credit card you are paying, or any personal loan you are paying, or maybe your personal unsecured line of credit is also higher than this. And on the B lending, um, you know, there will be, as long as you have the first mortgage, you can have the second mortgage, and you don't pay any, every year you don't pay the renewal fee as well as extra fee. So you can use as per the HELOC, basically means that you can use as a re-advanceable tool. They will also set up your limit based on the appraised value, and you can use at any time whenever you need funds. However, how much you need funds, you can pay on that portion the interest only. So make sure that, don't think that you are not declaring the income and you cannot get. So that's why we are here, because the only the brokers, the mortgage brokers, have the access to the B lenders or the alternative lenders. If you are working with any bank, mortgage, mobile mortgage specialist, they will not be having access to the other B lenders or alternative lender in case you're not qualified with their own bank. So make sure that you are checking with, or you are consulting with any mortgage agent or mortgage broker for this kind of um, your requirement. Certain, I will not name right now, one of the lender or few lenders, I will say that on the B lending side or alternative side, they also give a, it's a called equity line visa. It's a kind of visa, but it's a home equity line. So it's a, like a, in a visa shape. They will give you the power to use your limit at any time, just like a normal credit card or normal debit card, basically. Not debit card, I will say, like a credit card. So that's called home equity line visa. That's called, it's a different name, but the product is same, basically home equity line of credit, which is secured against your home or against your equity uh, in your home. What is the equity? Basically, as explained, again I will simplify. Equity is the difference between the appraised value of your home minus your current mortgage balance. The balance is gonna be, it's called equity. That you have the access to the equity. You can only access the equity if you're looking at stand-alone line of credit up to 65% of the appraised value, or in a combination, in a combo product, mortgage plus line of credit, you can go up to 80%, and you can mix and match between that. But only the HELOC portion or the line of credit portion cannot increase more than 60% loan to value of your appraised value of your home. So make sure that you're aware of that. This was a recent change um, last year, basically. So you have to keep in mind as well as. So this was the option on the B lending. But the next question is there any option for HELOC on the private side? Have you heard that private lenders are also giving HELOC as well as? Yes, you are right. You have heard right. If in any case your credit is not good or income is not good to qualify on the A or B or alternative side, still you can get the access to your equity from the private lenders. So there are many private lenders right now. They are specializing in home equity line. They're only giving home equity line um, as well as on the first position or second position, both. Yes, the private lenders are also giving home equity line on the first and second patient. So they can look into your story, what happened. They can look into various kind of income their criteria or their focus is not on the income basically too much, but if you are able to afford, they will look into the affordability, sure, and you can have enough income to afford the payment, they will approve your line of credit. They can go up to 75% of the uh, loan to value of your appraised value of your home. So they don't go more than 75% loan to value in case of a private lender. So the interest rate on the private side for the HELOC can be prime plus 5, can be prime plus 4.5, it can be prime plus 6 or 7 depending upon your credit, depending upon your income, both combination of that as well as. But still it's worth, because still it's not a home equity loan. Basically, if you don't need the money upfront, lump sum which is in the home equity loan situation, then HELOC might be better for you. For example, you have you have the equity and you have set up the home equity limit on the private side for 500,000, for 500,000, and you now only need 100,000, then HELOC will be a better position or better product for you basically. So why? Because you have the limit up to 500,000 but only need 100,000 right now, and you will pay the interest only on the 100,000 portion. Next year, if you need another 100,000 for something else, you can again borrow and pay only interest on the first 200,000 you borrowed. But on the other hand, home equity loan, you will end up paying interest from day one on the full amount of your limit or the money you borrowed, 500,000, even if you don't need it. So that's why we need to see, we need to discuss with you your short term, your long term goal when we are looking a product or suitable product for you. The interest rate obviously it's going to be a little higher, and also there will be a lender and broker fee associated with this option, because obviously this is a private side and there will be cost as well as. So what, regardless of your A, B, or private lending option, appraisal is always required upfront, because without the appraisal we will not be able to see any option basically, how much we can how they will determine or how much you can have the limit set up. So we need the appraisal upfront, so we know that um, how we can determine how much you qualify, what will be the limit of your HELOC. So if you have any question about the HELOC, or you're looking for a HELOC but have a lot of questions in your mind, how I will qualify, for how much I will qualify, what will be the approximate interest rate on that, what are the fees associated with that, what are the other expenses associated for setting up a HELOC, always book a free consultation with me or with any of my team member, as we are the licensed mortgage agents and brokers who are highly experienced. We work as a team, and our brokerage Simplify Mortgage Solution is one of the top 3 rated mortgage brokerage in Brampton for last since 2018, for every year now. So you can check online our reviews as well as our 5-star reviews, because we are licensed in Ontario. What we can do the mortgage in any part of the Canada, because we have a network where um, our other network partners are licensed in every province in Canada. So basically, can we do the mortgage anywhere in Canada? Yes, we can do. But if I'm concerned, I have a license in Ontario, and I can I can do the mortgage anywhere in Ontario, whether you are living close to our office, you want to come face to face, you want to see me, or virtual basically. But one thing is sure, regardless of your coming to the office or we are doing the mortgage virtual, every time you're gonna get the 5 star um, service basically. So there is no compromise with the service, whether you're getting or having a consultation virtually by Zoom call, over the phone. There are many ways to get your mortgage done nowadays. But even you don't have to step out of your home, not even to sign the documents. This is pretty amazing thing happened in our industry. After the COVID, you can do your mortgage from the comfort of your home. Even you can sign DocuSign. You don't need to pick up the pen even nowadays. You can sign the documents on your email electronically. What else you can expect? This is a great thing happened in the mortgage industry as well as in the real estate. Was already doing this long time ago, but this the mortgage industry has also adapted this practice after COVID or during the COVID, um, because that time that a restriction, a lot of restrictions for to see personal face to face. So now this is good thing happened, and we feel that you also save the time, a lot of time, while visiting our office as well. But in case you really want to see us, you're always welcome and have a cup of coffee in our office and chat or spend time, quality time, I will say that, and get the benefit of our experience working with the many families like you. And probably, most probably, if you have any concern or question, we have already dealt with uh, the other clients, so this can help you as well as. So I will not take much of further time today. So really want to thank you once again watching this show every week, and I highly encourage if you can share with your family and friends and encourage them to watch the show as well as. So in case you have any question, let me know. But as everybody knows that April 8th there is a solar eclipse happening, so make sure that if you are going to watch that, make sure you're taking a proper precautions and be safe, because your health, your eyes are more precious than taking any kind of risk. And follow the guidelines, or follow the use the right the protective glasses, because don't, make sure that those are the right one and those are the recommended one, because your eyes are very precious. So take care and enjoy your weekend, and see you next week with another exciting mortgage information. Till that time, thank you and have a good night.